Hello, everyone. Welcome to another informative session with 3MTT. We will be having our NJFP, that's the Nigerian Jubilee Fellowship Program informative session today. And this basically would be helping you with how to position yourself for selection as an NJFP Fellow. Please stay tuned. We have people from the NJFP team. Person giving the first presentation will be Wuraola Akinola, who is the stipend coordinator for NJFP. And we also have Paul Akinruli. I hope I pronounced that well. And Juliet Odunukwe. Please pardon me, my command of the languages are not so great. But yes, so we have a very, very robust team from the NJFP program, and they will be taking you through this session. So stay tuned. For anyone who has questions, just a couple of house rules. Please make sure that you're muted. Also, make sure that you have, if you have any questions, drop it in the chat box. Do not unmute yourself, especially while they are presenting. Thank you very much. Wura, please, you can take over.
All right, thank you for the introduction and setting the tone for today's session. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome once again. My name is Wuraola Akinola, and I'll be kicking off today's session. On behalf of the Nigerian Jubilee Fellowship Program team, thank you so much for joining us today. I know many of us are joining from different parts of the country, so we really appreciate you taking time to be here. If you're a fresh graduate ready to start your professional journey, take the next step in your career, or you're simply just curious about how the Nigerian Jubilee Fellowship Program works, you're absolutely in the right place. And most importantly, here with me today are some of my amazing colleagues from the NJFP team. Please give a warm welcome to them by making use of the emoji of your choice so we can proceed. So I'm here to see the emojis. At this point, I expect to see the clapping emoji and whole form of different reactions from participants, just also as a way to, ensure that you can hear me before we proceed with the session. Please let me know if you can see reactions, because I'm not seeing reactions at my end. Oh, all right. Thank you. Thank you for the reactions. Thank you. So let's just go straight into it, because today's session is really about clarity. We know the process for applying for major opportunities like this can sometimes be overwhelming. So we are here to make it easier. We want to help you understand what NJFP is about, what's new with NJFP 2.0, and how to position yourself for selection as an NJFP Fellow. And by the end of this session, our aim is to ensure that you have a clearer picture of what the program offers, what is expected of you as an applicant, and for you to be confident, ready to submit a strong and complete application. So please stay active, take note, and do not hesitate to drop your questions in the Q&A box. This session is all about helping you get it right. So it is your opportunity to get clarity and support as you take a bold step to your future. And here's how today's session will go. I'll start by giving you an overview of the NJFP and the new NJFP 2.0 structure. My colleague Juliet and Paul will then take you through specific details, especially around your journey as a fellow and the application process. And towards the end, we're going to have a Q&A session where we will address all your questions. So in the meantime, please drop all your questions in the Q&A session as much as you can. Do not make use of the chat box, as we are going to be dropping links to relevant documents and information that you will be needing. And please try to stay to the end of this session so you don't miss out any important information. And before I proceed, it's important I just mention some housekeeping rules so that we can have a very smooth session. Please keep your microphones muted throughout the session. You can keep your cameras off unless you are asked to turn them on. This is just to minimize distraction. And if you experience any technical issues at any point in time, please drop a message and our team will assist with that. We really love this to be interactive, and due to that, we kindly request that once again make use of the Q&A feature instead of the chat box for any questions. And during the course of this session, we might run some pool engagement just to ensure that you are listening, and please participate when prompted. So right about now, we're diving deep into today's session. I hope you can still hear me. If you can hear me, kindly show some reactions just to know that you can still hear me. Okay, thank you. Okay, so what exactly is NJFP? NJFP is the acronym for Nigerian Jubilee Fellowship Program. So it's proudly recognized as a flagship youth employment initiative in Nigeria, and it was established as a strategic response to the growing challenges of youth unemployment, and it aims to create meaningful opportunities for young Nigerians to gain valuable work experience. You know, many graduates leave school with degrees, but without practical market-ready experience. And then employers says, oh, you don't have experience, while the graduates are asking, how do I get experience if no one gives me a chance, right? So NJFP is here to bridge that exact gap. So it is a federal government of Nigeria initiative funded by the European Union and implemented by the United Nations Development Program. What that means in simple terms is this, that this is not just another internship or training scheme. It is a nationally backed program. You are not observing from sidelines. You are actually contributing. You are learning on the job and building skills that employers actually value. So instead of classroom learning, the program places fellows into real organizations, both in private and public sector, for 12 months of paid work experience, where fellows receive a monthly stipend of 150,000 naira, which is based on approved attendance certification, because the program is built around accountability and professionalism. Now, here's the part that many people don't talk about enough, as I'm very sure that you must have seen or heard so much about the NJFP program across different social media platforms, right? So what then happens after the placement? So NJFP does just say thank you and goodbye after you've spent 12 months on the program, right? So at the end of the program, fellows are onboarded into a talent hub. The talent hub is where fellows, now called alumni, will receive what we call a wrap-around and last-mile support, things like career guidance, employability support, and positioning for either the labor market or employment opportunities. So the program is not just about getting a placement, it's about what you become after it. And finally, there's something very important to highlight, that the NJFP is truly a national program, as it runs across all the 36 states and the FCTs. So regardless of where you are joining from today, the program is designed to be inclusive and accessible nationwide. At its heart, NJFP is about impact. It's about helping young Nigerians gain real work experience, building skills that employers need, and contributing meaningfully to Nigeria's economic growth. It's not just about placement, but it's preparing you for long-term career success. You see the 4 objectives on this slide. They are not just mere objectives of the program. They describe what NJFP is intentionally building in every fellow. The first one I have here is enhance employability. So when we talk about enhancing employability, what it really means is producing workforce-ready fellows. Fellows are expected to leave this program more adaptable, more confident, and better equipped with both technical and soft skills needed in today's labor market. It's about moving from being degree qualified to being professionally prepared, right? And in terms of promoting economic growth and is about making a meaningful contribution to the economy, that is Nigerian economy. So when fellows are placed in credible public and private organizations and are supported to perform well, they contribute directly to productivity, innovation, and institutional capacity within the country. So NJFP is not just supporting individuals, it's also strengthening organizations and the economy at large, right? And the partnership ensure that fellows are placed in credible organizations where their skills are relevant, they are supervised and developed. This also means exposure to real work environment, professional standards, and networks that support long-term career growth for fellows. And in terms of reducing youth unemployment, the NJFP is about creating structured and dignified pathways into the workforce. And this is done through paid placement, performance tracking, mentoring, and transitioning into the talent hub. Fellows are supported beyond just entry-level exposure, because the goal is not just temporary engagement, but sustainable employability and career projection. So when you look at these four objectives, think of them as the promise of NJFP, and that's the standard NJFP is setting. Now, this slide really captures what makes NJFP 2.0 different from what many of you might have seen before. These points describe the design philosophy of the program, how it's structured, and why it matters. Right? When we say future facing, we are really talking about a program that responds to the reality of today's environment, changing skills, evolving workplaces, and new career paths. Inclusive means opportunities are designed to cut across geography, background, and discipline. And dignified is very important because NJFP treats fellows as professionals, not just volunteers, with structured roles, clear expectation, and paid placement as well. In terms of efficient and transparent fellow selection process across all 36 states, including the FCT. The FCT, a major focus of the NJFP is to ensure efficiency and transparency in how fellows are selected. So the process is standardized and applied across all the 36 states, ensuring fairness, accountability, and equal opportunity to all applicants. This means selection is based on merit and clear criteria, and not based on your location or connection or influence. No. Your selection as a fellow on this program is strictly based on merit and clear criteria. In terms of meaningful placement in credible public and private organizations. So when we talk about placement, we are very deliberate about the word meaningful. This placement in credible public and private organizations where fellows are expected to contribute, they're expected to learn and grow. So the target of 23,724 placements reflect both scale and quality, ensuring that the programs deliver impact nationwide, and it's not just numbers, right? And in terms of stronger system for performance tracking, feedback, and mentoring, it is very important for you to know that the NJFP program is system-driven. There are stronger mechanisms in place for performance tracking, for regular feedback, as well as mentoring. This ensures that fellows are supported, they are guided, and importantly, held accountable, because growth happens best when expectations are clear and support is consistent. And the NJFP 2.0 create real pathways for fellows retention, entrepreneurship, or policy reform. The NJFP is intentional about what happens after placement. So the program creates real pathways, whether there's retention with host organization, or you decide to transition into entrepreneurship, or you contribute to policy reform through experience and insight. So the program doesn't just end with placement, it continues through long-term career and system impact. Now, let's talk about something very important, because I believe that's why most of us are on this call this afternoon. What are the kind of fellows NJFP is designed to support? So this particular slide is not designed to exclude people. It's actually about setting a clear standard, because a clear fellow atypical is expected to be professional, committed, teachable, and responsive. So this program is actually looking for fellows that are professional in how they show up. You must be committed to learning. You must be contributing, and most importantly, teachable. You must be open to feedback and growth. You must be responsive in terms of communication and accountability. This quality matters because NJFP 2.0 places fellows in real organization. You'll be working on real tasks alongside real professionals. So this is all about readiness and not just perfection. You don't have to be perfect, because we understand that you're a young graduate, but then you must show the spirit of readiness. You must be teachable, you must be responsive, you must be committed, you must be willing to show up, right? In terms of employability, digital and soft skills through mentorship. So the NJFP 2.0 set high standard. In as much as the standards are very high, the support system is also equally very strong. So fellows are not left to figure things out on their own on the program. There is an intentional investment in employability skills, digital skills, as well as soft skills that are supported through mentorship. So the goal is not just technical competence, but confidence, adaptability, and most importantly, professionalism on the program. This is also why the application process is more rigorous in NJFP 2.0. The computer-based tests, psychometric analysis, and the 60-second video pitch are not designed to trick you. They exist to understand how you think, how you communicate, and how you align with the values of the program. The video pitch in particular is your chance to answer one simple but very powerful question: what makes you the ideal NJFP fellow? So as you prepare your application, don't just think about your qualification. Don't just think about that. You need to think about how you show up, how you learn, how you respond to feedback, and how you add value in a professional environment. And that is the NJFP 2.0 fellow mindset. So NJFP 2.0 is not just looking for perfect candidates, like I mentioned earlier. It's looking for prepared, willing, and growth-oriented fellows. And if that sounds like you, welcome once again to today's session. And welcome once again to today's session, because this program has been designed with you in mind. And with that overview, I'll be handing you over to the next speaker, my colleague Juliet, who will take you through the next part of today's session, which is the journey of a fellow, which entails everything you need to know from the period of application to when you offboard to the talent hub. Juliet, please confirm you can hear me. And hi, Juliet. Hi, can anyone hear me? Hello? Okay, so while we wait for my colleague Juliet, I'll be continuing with this session. Basically, we'll be talking. Okay, hi Juliet. Okay, so basically, okay, now I hope you all can see my screen, because right about now I'll be taking you through the journey of a fellow on the Nigerian Jubilee Fellows program. So starting off with the application. So the application phase is where you submit your document. You submit it on the NJFP portal. You submit your details and relevant documents. My colleague Paul will be dropping the link. We'll be dropping the link for that. And right after the application phase is the assessment, right? Which includes the aptitude and psychometric test. And once you successfully pass the aptitude, the assessment stage, right, you will then be moved to the selection phase. And this phase is strictly based on merit and eligibility. The selection phase is as a result of your performance in the assessment phase. And after the selection phase, you will then be moved to the onboarding, where successful candidates are prepared for placement in an organization. And right after that, will be moved again to the placement phase. So the placement phase is where fellows are matched with host organizations. And these host organizations can either be public or private institutions for a period of 12 months paid work experience. After the period of 12 months, fellows are then transition to the talent hub for continued career support. So each stage has been designed to be transparent, to be fair, and focused on impact, ensuring that every fellow has a meaningful experience on the program. Right about now, I'll be calling my colleague Paul to share a video of what the process is. Over to you, Paul.
In today's fast-changing job market, connecting talented young Nigerians with the right opportunities is more important than ever. That is why the Nigerian Jubilee Fellows Program, a federal government of Nigeria initiative funded by the European Union and implemented in partnership with the UNDP, is proud to introduce the NJFP 2.0, a smarter, faster, and more transparent digital system that powers the entire fellowship journey. From application to alumni engagement, The NJFP 2.0 portal makes the process seamless for both fellows and host organizations. You can begin the process as an applicant by visiting the NJFP 2.0 portal and clicking on Apply as a Fellow. Here, you are expected to provide accurate personal and educational details. Before proceeding, it is important to double-check that your information is correct, especially email address, NIN, and the date of birth. Many application issues happen at this stage. Make sure your email is spelled correctly, your NIN has exactly 11 digits with no space, and your date of birth matches your NIMC records. These seemingly little errors can prevent your verification or stop instant messages from reaching you. So, it is important to follow these simple steps to get the application right on first try. Once you've entered your accurate information in the personal information page, click on the next button. When you click next, the system automatically checks your NIN to confirm eligibility. If your details match NJFP's requirements, you will move to the next stage. If the system says you are not eligible, it means your details don't meet the program's criteria. Remember, to be eligible for NJFP 2.0, you must be 30 years or younger and have graduated no earlier than 2022. Eligible candidates will take a computer-based test directly on the portal. Each applicant receives a unique set of questions to ensure fairness and transparency. Fellows who rank within the top percentile of overall performance and present an outstanding 1-minute video pitch will advance to the next stage of the selection process. Next comes a psychometric assessment and profile setup using the built-in CV builder. Applicants can update their skills, indicate availability, and confirm their location. Make sure your location details are accurate to ensure correct placement. With hundreds of thousands of applications expected, ensure your performance and submission reflects your very best. The system's AI matching engine pairs fellows with host organizations based on skills, discipline, and location. The host organization reviews their matched fellows, schedule interviews, and send digital offer letters all through the portal. Once an offer is accepted, the fellow receives onboarding information, confirms a start date, and reports to the host organization. After confirmation, the system automatically activates stipend eligibility, ensuring timely and transparent payments. Throughout the fellowship, fellows access online learning modules, track attendance, and receive continuous feedback from their hosts, all recorded through the platform. At the end of the 12-month placement, fellows complete an exit survey and transition into the Talent Hub, a post-fellowship space for mentorship, career guidance, and extended employment opportunities. The NJFP 2.0 brings every part of the fellowship journey together, making the process clearer, simpler, and fully digital. Accuracy matters at every step. Check your details, follow each prompt, and complete your application with confidence. In today's fast
All right. Thank you, Paul, for that insightful video on NJFP 2.0 application. Now I'll be handing over to my colleague Juliet to proceed with the session. Over to you, Juliet, please.
All right. Thank you very much, Ruram. Thank you, everyone, for making our time to join this call and for being on this call up to this time. Please kindly show some reactions if you can hear me clearly. I've been having a bit of network issues, so I really want to know being heard. Please kindly send in some emojis if you can hear me, please. All right, that's great. Thank you very much. And thank you very much, Paul, for that short step-by-step video guide. Please, I hope that that video was clear and easy to follow. This is a step-by-step guide that provides you a guide on how to access the portal, how to complete the application form, the assessments involved, and everything you need to know. So please hope you took every point attentively, because some small but critical details, especially around document uploads, video specifications, can determine whether your application progresses or not. So please, okay, I think I'll be going briefly over some of the critical points from the video. First of all, please permit me to share my screen. Okay. All right. Please kindly confirm if you can see my screen before we proceed.
Yes, Juliet, can see your screen.
All right. So thank you very much, everyone. So yeah, my colleague Bora has provided an insightful overview of what the NJFP is all about. She has also gone through what the journey of the fellow on the program looks like. And I believe that many of us have properly gotten a real understanding of what the NJFP program is all about, and not just on the hearsay that we've been hearing from out there. So please know that the NJFP is not just a one-year opportunity, it's a long-term ecosystem. And this we strive to, achieve as we build tomorrow's workforce today. So as an NJFP 2.0 aspiring fellow, we expect you that you should be workforce ready, you should be adaptable, be innovative, ethically grounded, and have an inclusive mindset. Also, you should be someone who is a person of a personality of a lifelong learner and a peer mentor. So please, these are what we look for in the fellows we tend to onboard into our program. And, behind every statistic is a real story. These are some of our fellows, and as you can see how positive mind positioned and positive they are all about on this program. And do know that these are NJFP fellows. They are already driving change in their host organizations as well as their communities. And this NJFP 2.0 now, which has kicked off, is doing more in expanding this impact further. So thereabout now, following the video review we've had, we'll just briefly recap on the key points from this video. First of all, let's look at what you need to, everything you need to know on how to apply for the NJFP. First, let's look at talk about eligibility, because this is very important. The NJFP 2.0 is targeted, it's intentional, and also it's structured. So not everyone qualifies, and that's by design. So here is who we are looking for. First, for you to be able to apply on this program, we expect, first of all, that you must be a Nigerian citizen. Secondly, you must also be a fresh graduate. That means you should have earned a bachelor's degree or a HND degree and graduated not earlier than 2022. Also, you should take note that we also require a minimum of second class lower, that's 2.2 for bachelor's degree holders. And also we're looking forward to upper credit for the HND holders. You also must be 30 years old or younger at the time of application, please. That is a point we don't look over. And another key requirement is that you must not be currently employed. Please note that this opportunity is specifically targeted and designed for graduates who are still seeking structured work experience. So if you're employed somewhere, if you have something doing, merely this NJFP program is actually not designed for you. Also, you should take note that you must have completed your NYSC, or you have an official exemption certificate. Please, we do not want persons submitting call-up letters. We've seen so much of that, or people filling up their NYSC forms, uploading them as NYSC certificates. Please, we expect that persons who are applying for this program must have completed the compulsory National Youth Service Corps program, or if not, have an exemption certificate to serve for that. And beyond all these formal criteria, there is something even more important. That is, we're looking for individuals who can demonstrate genuine commitment. We're looking for those individuals that will demonstrate, commitment to personal growth, commitment to professionalism, also commitment and contributing meaningfully to Nigeria's socioeconomic development. Please take note of that. It's about building capacity. It's about preparing leaders. It's about shaping the generation of Nigerian workforce. So if you meet this criteria, or you're serious, driven, purpose-oriented, this opportunity was designed with you in mind. All right, so let's go over to the documentations you need to have while making this application. Please, applicants, while you're about making your applications, we expect that you will need to have this in place. First, your degree certificate, as that is a requirement, as we have already noted. Your NYSC certificate, please, or an exemption letter, not a call-up letter, not a form or fulfilling for NYSC enrollment or onboarding, how it's been placed. We need an NYSC certificate or an exemption for that. Also, we need you to also have your CV in place, because at the point in time in your application process, as you move and scale through the fellowship journey, you'll be expected to have an updated CV presented. Thereafter, NIN slip is something you need at the onset of your application. And we also need your BVN, which we apply during your placement journey at a point in time. So these are documents that we encourage applicants to prepare in advance to enable them to have a smooth process when they initiate or begin their application. All right, let's talk about the assessment. This is one critical aspect and phase of the application that it's really a hurdle for many applicants. So in this bits, these are things you should know. Once you complete your application, your online application form, the next stage you should expect after you're sure that all details imputed are correct and you have scaled through. The next stage involves a few important steps. This is one, a computer-based aptitude test, which is a CBT. Also, there will be a psychometric test. And after your CBT, there's the uploading of a 60-second video, which you're expected to answer the question, what makes you the ID NJFP Fellow? Now, let me pause here and emphasize something very important. Your video must not exceed 60 seconds. That's one thing you should take note. And it must not be larger than 10 megabytes. Anything longer or larger than that will be automatically disqualified. It's not because we don't value your effort, but it's maybe because the system is structured to be fair and standardized for everyone. So attention to detail truly matters here. And also to support you through this stage of the CBT assessments, the assessments in general, the team has prepared the detailed step-by-step guide to help you successfully navigate the assessment phase. This guide covers areas concerning how to prepare for and approach the CBT, what to expect during the psychometric test. Also, it shows you practical tips on recording your 60-second video and how to upload it correctly without technical issues. So we'll be dropping the link to that step-by-step guide in the chat box shortly. My colleagues will please help with that. If you're serious about applying, I strongly encourage you to go through it carefully before starting your assessment, because many applicants miss out, not because they lack competence, but because they ignore instructions or overlook small technical details. So please, when you are at this stage, try follow the guidelines exactly as stated. Check your timing, check your file size, double check your videos before making an upload, because it's a one-time submission after you have probably done many videos to choose the best. Also, ensure that ensure all these are in place, because preparation plus precision equals a seamless process. And we all want you to succeed. So please take note of this bits very well. The next is, let's look at the technical requirements just to address accessibility. We know that the platform is actually mobile first, because we understand that over 80% of Nigerian graduates use smartphones. However, please take note that during the phase of the CBT test, it is compulsory that a laptop should be used for that aspect. So with regards to the smartphone requirements within other parts or other stages of the application, you can see the required versions of Android or iOS version you can use, the RAM memory needed. And also for the laptop access, we said it's optional, but please, it's compulsory during your CBT assessment stage. Please take note of that. Also, we have under the technical requirements, we have supported browsers that you would need or you could use to have a seamless process in your application. You can see that we have Google. We could use your Chrome. You could use Mozilla Firefox. You could use Edge or Safari. And also, another important requirement is that ensure you have a good network. A good network flow is one of the many constraints that applicants fail in having their submissions failed or having the application progressing. So please ensure that you have good network to enable you have this process seamless. Great. The next also we want to emphasize on is the security and access requirements. Please note that security is important, and we recommend that you, if possible, have a two-factor authentication with your security operations, and especially for applicants who may be using shared devices or probably accessing cyber centers for their application. Endeavor you log out of your devices when you're done with any activity on your portal, on your application, please. It's very important. We have built the system to be very inclusive and accessible for all. So right about now, these are just requirements and critical things you need to know in going about your application. And for full details on what has been said, even on what has been shown in the video, you can access this information and more via our link. You could visit it on our official UNDP Nigerian page for the NJFP 2.0 information. All information is centralized there, so feel free to access that to get more understanding and more clarification. We also have our support centers. We have a help desk. We have a GRM that has been put in place to address any concerns, any issues that may have arisen during your application. This is the link. You can also access the link on our website on the contact page. Yeah, you can access that there. We also have our helplines that you can reach out to for any inquiries you may have. Please feel free to always reach out to us. We are always there to attend. I know many persons may have complaints that you've been calling, you've been sending emails, and you haven't been getting any response. Please note that we are making all concerted efforts to ensure that every complaint or concern that comes in is duly addressed. So we'll be sharing this later, but also you can still get all these contacts on our website, on the NJFP website. And never to forget, please do well to follow our media handles. You can please follow our UNDP and NJFP social media channels. You can see the links out here for updates, because opportunities move fast, and staying informed is the key. So we constantly put out updates on every stage, every process, or any critical update or information that our applicants may need to know. You can always access it with genuine facts on ground via our social media handles. Thereabout now, I think that is all you need to know concerning making your applications for the NJFP 2.0 as an aspiring fellow. In closing, I just want to let you know that NJFP 2.0 is not just another program. It's actually a national workforce transformation strategy. We are trying here to build the tomorrow's workforce today and now. And we invite every eligible graduate to, step forward, prepare intentionally. Don't just take it that something you can just do anytime. Make sure you're intentional about making your preparation and about making this application, and apply strategically, because the process may look rigorous, but when you reach to when you reach the placement stage, which is the exciting phase where you are out there in your organizations, exploring opportunities that are being availed to you, learning on the job and acquiring skills. You will get to know why this process was made to be this rigorous and made to be this way. So on that note, I want to say thank you. And if there are any questions, we're all here to address them. So thank you very much, and over from my end.
Thank you, Juliet. Thank you, Wuraola. Thank you, everyone. We have a few questions from the YouTube audience. As you already know, we have the main audience on YouTube listening in. So I'll just read out some of them, and the team can take the question. So the first one says, can people who already applied but did not get placed previously apply again? Who will take that? Rora, Juliet?
Okay. All right, I'll take that. Well, regarding to those who have applied, I am assuming the person may be referring to fellows or applicants who had applied for the NJFP 1.0 cohort, I guess.
Yes.
So no
Yes.
persons who have applied for NJFP 1.0 may not be met. First of all, the graduation period may not meet that criteria. Sorry, I hope I'm being heard.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. I don't know if my response was gotten, or do I need to?
So you spoke about the graduation year still being relevant, right?
Yes, many of them
Okay.
this irrelevant, so there's no how they may meet the requirement.
Okay. I just want you to know that. Okay, I just want you to know that they are holding that against you, by the way. For those who have now missed the opportunity by a year, for example. But thank you for that feedback. The second is, could you share a link to the eligibility requirements? If you could just put that in the comment section, we'll just share that with the YouTube audience. And then third is, can current core members apply?
Okay, current core members, as it's been stated, the application, for you to carry out the application, you must have your NYSC certificate. So we all know that current core members do not have their application certificate ready. So no, they are not eligible to apply.
Okay. Thank you. I'm trying to look through the comments for any more questions. I don't see more questions. Fellows on YouTube, please, if you have any more questions, this is the best time to ask them so we can wrap this up. Any questions? Okay, there's a lot of questions around age, asking if that criteria can be adjusted. I guess the answer is no, but it would be great to hear from you, Juliet. Juliet, Wura, age requirements. Can you shed more light on that?
Well, this at the moment, criteria that has been put in place for us to take in applicants. If later on or in future, this this is going to be revised. Sure, like I said, follow our social media handles. Everything is going to be disseminated there. We're going to share out the information on that. But at the moment and currently, there are no talks on that. We're just maintaining what has been placed for the eligibility criteria.
Okay, thank you so much for that. There's another question. It says, I applied, I've been accepted, but I opened my dashboard one day and they're asking me to take the test again. Can you speak to this? The question is not complete, but I'm hoping you get the gist of the question.
Okay, I'll direct the question to our technical support leads, Paul.
Okay.
Hello, Paul. Are you on the call? Hi, Paul. Hi, Paul. Please, if you can hear us, there is the question directed towards the technical aspect. If you can, please address.
Can you just leave me? Nobody should mute me because I've been talking since and I've just been here. Or you can just make me a pause, please. I've been here trying to talk. Yeah, so please, can you just recap the question again, please? Please, can you just recap the question, please?
Okay.
Yeah, so this person says, I applied. I have been accepted, but I opened my dashboard one day and they're asking me to take the test again. That's the question.
Okay, so it's not a complete question because you didn't tell us what happened. So it's a process of application. So
Yes.
once you apply and you're able to pass through your own first level verification, which is the NIN verification, then you would your account will be pending. Then we have some of our implementing partners called TMCs. They go through the application to check these things, and then they verify your account that whatever you've uploaded is right, everything is right. You didn't forge anything, because we have cases in the past where people were forging certificates and doing this all sorts, we're in Nigeria. So once that is done, then you will receive an email, and then your account will be open to schedule a CBT test. So you have to schedule a test, write the test, take the mock, write the test, and then if you score more than 70%, then your account will now be eligible to take the video verification test. So immediately you can take your test, or just wait, maybe the next day you take it. Maybe you did it at night. Then once you take the video test, then you submit for verification. Also, our TMCs will come after your submission to come and verify you again. So after they verify you, that's when it will now your applications will now come to the admin, which is the NJFP team. And then we will now have to just do a bit of cross-checking in the video and just check that everything is okay before accepting you into the pool. So it's a series of process that takes place. It takes place within you, our TMCs, which are technical partners, and then us, and then you again. So it goes, so at no point would somebody just come and just take you out of the system because they want to take care of the system. No, probably something that happened, and then you will need to get through to us using our GRM. If you go to our UNDP GRM, the GRM, you select NJFP, and then you just do your complaint, give us your details, and let's find out what really happened to your account. And then so someone at the other end would reply to you. So you can just go to undpgrm.ng, and then you can just channel your complaint there. We'll get back to you then.
Okay, thank you very much. Can you share that link in the comment section?
Okay. I'll do that now.
Just so we can forward it. There's quite a number of questions around technical hitches. It'll be great for us to just share this link and just direct everyone in that category to reach out to the team. Thank you very much. There is another question here that says, I have applied and all my applications for both the psychometric test, CV builder assessments, all check good and green. What's next? Because I'm done with my assessments and there is no next step information.
Okay, so around let's say 2 hours ago, we approved some about maybe 1,007, almost 2,000 that's the NJFP team approved. So if that person can go to his platform now, the person must have been approved by this time. So the person should go to our platform. So what happened is once you're being verified by NJFP team and we've moved you into the pool, and that process starts again. So the host organization that wants you go to a kind of a fellow pool finder to look for your. So we engage you that, encourage you that you add all your CV and everything in the CV builder psychometry, so they can come and search for you, look at your skills, see whether you are in their area, and then they can schedule you for interview. So that's another series of application or series of processes that goes through. So if you are there and nothing has you've not seen anything, please keep checking your interview page. There's a section for you for interview. You see interview there. So once you click on the interview bar, you will see if a host organization has scheduled you for an interview, or some will just accept you without even interviewing you. So then they will put a comment for you there. Then you have to now wait. You can send the host organization an email, or you have to wait for us to send you an onboarding email. We onboard into the system, and then you become automatically a fellow, and you are onboarded to that organization. So all these processes are there for them to guide you. I think what we will do is from this feedback, I think what we'll do is to add a kind of a tab to your homepage where it gives you a documentation of what to do, so that you don't have to be waiting. You just have to reach down and see the next steps after this, so that you know you're expecting what will happen. So with this feedback, would create a page like that and we'll drop it there, so that you can always read through this documentation, or let's say guide on what to do next on your portal. But so check your portal. You just keep checking if a host organization has accepted you for fellowship. Now, to put a disclaimer there, because we have moved you into the pool. You are now a pool fellow. You are in the pool of our fellowship. Doesn't guarantee a job for you. You have to wait. You have to pray for that a host organization sees you and picks you and interview you and then select you. So because we have thousands of fellows also waiting like you. So, and we have host organization going through that process to get a fellowship. So if the host organization is just to take 2, for instance, and they take 2 and it's not you just need to just wait until a host organization reach out to you. And once they reach out to you, and that the process kick off. So if you have not been selected now, you've not seen anything, just hold on. The host is still coming to select you. It's not that you've forgotten. It's just that it's a process. They keep coming to select, and every month we onboard new fellows. So we have our own process, and we onboard new fellow here and there. So, but with that next steps, we're going to add this on your portal so that you can read what next to do. And if you have any question, please use the GRM to ask these questions. You will get feedback from us. Thank you.
Thank you. Excellent. Excellent. Another important question is about change of location. How do fellows reach out to let you know they're moving and they need maybe a new host organization or something?
Okay, so for that, you can also use the GRM, but you can also change your location on your dashboard. So for instance, I would like to share my screen. Let me just share my so that you just see what I'll just do a live demo for you now. So I'm trying to share my screen. Okay, so this is a test demo for someone that is in the pool. So now you've been accepted and then you're in the pool. So the first thing you do is to take your CV builder. In your CV builder, this is where you add all your educational background. If you want to add new ones, you add this. So some of us are not using these things, and maybe that's why some of the hosts are not even selecting you, because you're not putting the right things there. So you need to go and update your CV. You can always come there anytime, add your skills, add your sector of interest, and add any other stuff. Once you do this, then so to change your region and localization, you can come here, click on personal information, look at it on your CV builder, personal information. When you scroll down, you see location information. You can change your location here. You are formerly in Bayelsa, now you are in Abia State, and then you are in this local government. So once you've changed, you update. Now the regions is saying once you change, you see the region is saying Abia because I've just changed. Anambra is saying Anambra. So you can do this. So once you've done that, automatically your details will move from whatever region you are to the next region. But if you are sure that it's not moving, or you still want to request more, you can now go ahead to the GRM and ask us, tell us that please just change your region. You need to confirm until no, so that we also confirm for you to see that everything is okay. So that it's good to just do double confirmation to see that everything you've done is okay, so that you'll be able to. So once you move your region, your region will move with you, but confirm with us so that we can see we have a final structure, because even though you're changing your region, it's also subjected to be asking you further questions to know why you change your region and the rest. All right, over from my end.
Thank you. Thank you. For clarity, please, what is GRM?
And the GRM is just the help desk, the grievance redress mechanism. So it's just our support, just like a ticketing, our support
Okay.
help desk. Yeah. So I just
And every
share
fellow can
my
access that
screen.
on their
I
dashboard.
could just, yes, you can access that on your dashboard, but I could just do a quick demo on that. It's not hard. So I'm coming. Let me just show you around the GRM. Just hold on. Share my screen now. Okay. All right. So can you confirm you can see my screen? So yes, our GRM, when you go to UNDP GRM, it's just a UNDP grievance redress mechanism. So the reason why we are using this is because UNDP is the implementing partner that is implementing the NJFP, and then we not only have NJFP, we have other projects like Young African Innovates, the Uniports, and the rest. So we want to consolidate all our requests, help desk, and the rest support into one channel, and that's why we have this charm. So when you are here, you just click on the start here. Then you could just select the program in which you are, which is NJFP in this time, and then you just select your option. For instance, you're an applicant, then you come here, you select your application, and then you tell us we've already categorized most of the applicant issue. Then you select any of the. If you are a fellow, then you come here, you put in your unique ID, and you select any of your issue. And like that, stakeholders, even though you're a community member, you're not even, you just understand, you just want to have inquiries for NJFP, you can come use the GRM to connect with us. So you want to report a case or you want to recommend, you are a stakeholder. Stakeholder means everyone involved you want to make inquiries or grievance, or you want to make, so everyone is involved, a prospective, fellow, host organization, alumni, stakeholders. So from here, you can reach out to us. Once you go, you put in your image and everything. You'll receive a link, and from there, we'll connect back to you. You connect back to us. You keep receiving emails from us. You can as well just register and to keep an account there. And also, one big beauty about the GRM, which is maybe let's say 8% functional, but not so, is that you can switch language to Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa, and Pidgin English. So you can switch language to Igbo to read more. This is we're trying to make it more localized so that you can also, if you cannot type, you're not fluently typing, or maybe a community person cannot type in English, you can type to us in Igbo, we'll reply you back, or in any other language, which is in the four major tribes: Pidgin, Igbo, Hausa, and Yoruba. All right, so and that's the picture of the CRM. So CRM is just your help desk, like an help desk, a support system which you can create tickets, and there are people. Be sure that the UNDP is looking at it. So be sure that your requests are well followed up, because it's us now to the UNDP, and then they're all looking at whatever request that's coming in over from my end.
All right, thank you. The last demo you did there was very helpful, because my next question was going to be around the NIN mismatch, but I could see from your screen that there's already provision on the GRM platform to address that, and every other technical issue in the comment section. I think that will be all the questions
All right, I would
for
like
this
to answer
session. This is super helpful.
I'd like to answer for the NIN mismatch. So be sure that we have
Please go ahead.
passed a bill. Could I call it a bill? We would remove because what happened is that once you put in your NIN,
Okay.
it's mismatching with your name or something, you can't do it anymore. It has stored your NIN, and then you can't do it anymore. And then the reason why we did that is because per NIN that you're verifying, we're paying something. And this money is like you understand from the TMT aspect too. So we just want to store your NIN. So, but what the good news is that now, before, I don't know the time, but very soon we are removing all NIN mismatch so that you can try again. So you received an email from us saying go and try again. So we must remove all the mismatch. Now the reason for the mismatch is because probably your name is not is the name you provided is not the same as the NIN. Some people are married, maybe they are bearing Bankole before, but now they are married, they are Adekunle. So now you put in Adekunle and then you're trying to do your NIN, it's mismatched. And a lot of issues like that. So we implore you that if you're having such kind of issues, go and solve it with NIN. Or in your name, you can now change it to the Bankole that you're bearing. Leave Adekunle out of, so that you can. It's just that some people are now in their bank again. This thing will affect both in your NIN and when you are putting your bank details. So the NIN is very important, that whatever name is on your NIN is what will go through. It is the name you'll be bearing all through the program, because it's going to affect every verification we are doing for you, whether it's banking details or any other verification we want to do for you. So ensure that the name that is on your NIN is the same as the name you want to use on your bank, is name and name you want to use for the program. So if your NIN is bearing your former name for my married people, then go back to NIN to change the name to your name that you're bearing now, so that when we've given you the opportunity, you can as well go ahead and clean up your mismatch so that you can apply it for the program. So for all NIN mismatch, you'll receive a mail from us when we've cleared you out to go and reapply again. All right, over from my end. Over from my hand.
Very very helpful. I have one last bonus. Is there? Hi, Paul, can you hear me?
Yes, you're breaking, but I can hear you.
Okay, I was asking about remote work. That's the final question we have around remote work.
Okay, so apparently, presently for the NJFP, we don't have stuff for remote work, but I think the TMPT is proposing this method, because according to what's his name again? I saw him now, Ezra. Yeah. So there are some partners that wants to hire some of your talent for remote. So we asked him to give us the whole scenario and how we can go about. So I think we are in the conversation with Ezra. And once that thing is resolved, we'll get back to the team Ezra will get back to the team on what should be done. But for now, for the NJFP 2.0 that we are running, we would want you to come to work and meet up with your host organization. So if your host organization decided that, okay, fine, they take some days off for you for like hybrid, that's between you and your host organization. So far, you guys are working well and there's no issue with you and the host organization. But bear in mind that our TMCs can just randomly come visit your place of work. You can just come because just come and visit your place of work. If you are not there, then it means you boycotted, and that might means they might terminate your fellowship. So ensure that you do what the host organization tells you to do, so that there will be no miscommunication here and there. But with Ezra, is in talks with Ryan and the rest of the team, and we'll get back on that to the team. All right, so Ojonaka. Ojonaka. So I don't know if we can just allow maybe one or two or three persons to give us a live feedback, to ask the live questions, maybe one or two or three. Let's hear them talk, and we'll just respond to them live before we give it a wrap up.
Oh, okay. I think, can you all hear me now? Paul, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, thank you so much. Noxy, if you're back on the call, we just want to hear from I think one or two people. I can see Heritage, I can see Owl and Joshua. If you can ask any of them to unmute, so we can just hear live feedback from two of the people on Zoom, since we've answered most of the questions on YouTube. So Noxy, if you can unmute Heritage and then maybe Owl, and then we can just wrap up.
To unmute, you should be able to unmute. Hello. Hello, can you hear me? Good afternoon, everybody.
Yeah, Ojonaka, we can hear you, but you're breaking.
Hello.
But yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can
Heritage,
hear
Good
go
you.
ahead.
afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much for the session.
All right, welcome. Heritage, go
Hello.
ahead, please.
Good evening, everybody.
Hold on a while. Let's just allow Heritage to finish up. Heritage, go ahead,
Hello.
please. Yes, go ahead, Heritage.
Why is it breaking?
Heritage, we can hear you.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear
Network
you,
is
Heritage.
breaking.
Can you hear me, Heritage?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Please, can you
So
go ahead, please?
I wanted to ask about the 3MTT program, because I never registered for it, or I never was a part of it, and I saw that it's part of one of the programs that NJFP can use as placement for us.
So I wanted to ask that even if I never registered for the 3MTT program, that can I still select it as my program for placement?
Ezra, would you like to take that one? Hi, Ezra.
Because I'm a product designer and I would actually like to. I'm just starting like budding product designer, so I would actually like to get into the NJFP program to work with
All right,
product designer and learn and
all right,
get integrated with them.
Yeah, Heritage, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, so the NJFP program is for skilled people that want to get jobs and it sustains them. So you don't necessarily have
Hello?
to be a 3MTT alumni. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, you don't necessarily have to be a 3MTT alumni to get into the NJFP program. You know, like Juliet said while she was doing her presentation, there's like an application process that you're screened based on your skill set, provided you're below 30 years and you graduated not earlier than 2022. So the 3MTTs, if you want to learn a tech skill, you can be part of the 3MTT program. And then from 3MTT, due to our partnership with the NJFP, we can now try and place you with organizations that need tech talents like yours, you know, as a product designer. But if you already have skill sets that you don't need like the grooming and the learning via 3MTT, you can just apply directly to the NJFP program, do the assessment, pass the test, send your video, and then you'll be placed to an organization by the NJFP. 3MTT exists to train people, give them tech skills, and then due to our partnership with the NJFP, we can now place you with organizations where you can now practice everything you've learned and get paid for at least a year with the hope of staying in the organization long term. Does that make sense?
Yes, but it has not answered my question. Yeah, my question was that there is a part on the CV build to select our NJFP program placements, and 3MTT is there, then targeted calls is there, and others is also there. So I was asking that if I didn't go through the 3MTT program, am I okay if I select 3MTT as my placement program, even if I didn't train under 3MTT? I don't know if you understand my question.
Yes, Heritage, I understand your question. So in that bit, just leave it empty because you are not. It doesn't concern you. You are not 3MTT. You are not a targeted call, and you're not others. You just MGFP. So just leave that open and then move on with it. So so you, because if you are from 3MTT, then you can select. It's just speaking to those that is speaking to. So you can just leave that blank. It's not required for you.
Okay, because I'm in the pool already. And I'm waiting for placements. That's why I was just asking.
All right,
Affect...
thank you very much. No, it won't affect anything. Yeah, so can we go to Awal?
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Heritage. Thank you, Heritage. Yeah. Awal, can you go ahead?
Okay, good evening, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Paul, and thank you everyone for having me here. My question is it's like a two-in-one question. I'm a fellow via Deep Tech Learning Program 3MTT Cohort 2. Yes, we have finished our cohort so far. And then I initially applied for NJFP. Yes, I initially applied this last application last year. Yes, if I can remember. So I have met all the requirements, and then I even make it to the stage of exam, CBT exam, where I score 60 out of 100. So the required mark is 70. And then from there, I was stuck. Yes, I was stuck in there. And also I'm a 3MTT fellow. So is there any provision for people like us so that we can make it to these cohorts for NJFP. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Awal. Awal, so whether you are 3MTT or targeted call or anybody, once you're coming to the 3MTT program, to the NJFP program, it's standard. You have to pass through our examination, which is CBT exam. So in this stage, you score 60 instead of 70. And then that ends the journey for you. However, maybe by your prayer or God's grace, the NJFP might say, everyone that has failed before, come and retry. So whenever you hear that announcement, you can they must have cleared you, all of you, just to come and retry again. But for now, we don't have that announcement. That journey ends there for you, whether you are 2MTT or you have started or anything. Understood that one. All right, let's see Joshua, the last person, Joshua.
Joshua, you can unmute.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much for this session. You've actually justified most of my questions, and it was a fantastic experience. So my question will be regarding the change of location that you mentioned. So I want to ask, is there a challenge changing from state to state?
I don't get your question. What's your challenge?
I mean, my previous residence and was in Ekiti State, but currently I'm in Oyo State. So I want to ask if I change my residence to Oyo State.
No, there's no challenge.
My selection.
There's no challenge, but however, it's good to double check. So because we have you are still, in fact, for you it's easy because you are still within the same TMC. So let me just explain. Aside from the UNDP, we have our team of partners called our talent management company. So they helped us manage, like oversee our regions. For instance, I think NJFP program will be like one of the only program or one of the program that covers the whole 36 states, including FCT, that has one fellow or the other there. And we have fellows present everywhere, and we have alumni present everywhere. So due to these numbers, we need people to help implement these things and monitor these things. So we have our TMCs, our talent management company that you can complain to. For instance, if you have not been fully matched or there's an issue you have, instead of having to come and look for us and UNDP, you can complain directly to them. They are closer to you there. So for you that moves from Ekiti to Ibadan, you are still within the same region. So that there's no issues that you've changed. So people in Ibadan, the host in Ibadan is who will see you, not Ekiti anymore, because you have changed your region. You have changed your location. But for people that cross maybe from the north to south or either crossing, you can do a double check by sending us a GRM, a message to say you just crossed. Please help engage with the TMC. Or if you have the TMC's contact, you can reach out and say, please, you just crossed. Please help check if your details are accurate within the system. It's just good to check. Normally you have crossed, but just good to check because they must have maybe probably downloaded your details in that side and then trying to work with it. But by informing them, they would talk to themselves and say, oh, this person have crossed. They move your details from them and then it's moved to the other person. So it's just, if you don't want this thing to be prolonged, you could just send the ticket for notifying us that you just did that. But there's no issues that will happen. You just follow up. All right, Joshua. All right, if there's none, I think I will be handing over to Junaka. And thank you very much for having me.
Thank you. Thank you so much. This has been a very informative session. We're grateful for your time. I would hand over to my lead, Eli. Eli, are you on the call? Can you hear me? we'll be wrapping up. So I'll just hand over to Eli for final thoughts from the 3MCT team. Eli, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I wasn't able to unmute. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yes, loud and clear.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much to everyone that has joined. We see all the messages and comments you've put in the on YouTube and on Zoom. And particular thanks to our NJFP colleagues who found time in their very busy week to come. I think the important thing to note is that this time around, NJFP 2.0 is no longer business as usual. We have very, very strict and strenuous standards. So the key thing is before you apply, take all the time, work on it, reach out to your community manager, reach out to your mentors, reach out to your coaches, reach out to anybody on the 3MCT team to help you and guide you through the process. Because, you know, like Paul said, unless there's a miracle happening, if you don't get to the cutoff mark, there's nothing again that can be done until, you know, your prayers are answered. So we don't want to wait for prayers to be answered. So we need everybody to put in the best possible applications. Your community managers are going to reach out to you within the coming weeks to ensure that they help you with the application. But the important thing to note is that, you know, this opportunity is an opportunity that we want you to hold there. And we hope that this is the beginning of the rest of your career and that you can look back and thank 3MCT, NJFP, and the European Union for the role that they played. Thank you so much for everyone who has joined, and enjoy the rest of your week. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Eli. Please confirm you can still hear me. Please confirm you can hear me.
Okay, thank you. So sorry, guys. Noka's network has happened.